Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm just waiting for a few people to just settle in their seats. Yeah. My name is Elaine, and it's just my pleasure to be here with you today and to host our service. And just know that whatever we do here today, it's all to uplift us and to just help us go through each day filled with the Spirit. And our first action or tradition we do here is the lighting of our Christ candle. And I always have a challenge with this. Yeah, there we go. Just got to squeeze, sweep, and we got light. And just know that the Spirit and the gift of Christ dwells in all of us. And I'll just start with an opening prayer. And I invite us all to just close our outer eyes and to just turn within. Just take that sweet, gentle breath. It takes us from our head to our heart space. And we just recognize that God is everywhere present. And just feel the oneness of the divine in everyone, in each person sitting beside you, each person in this room, and everyone in the universe. And we'll do our prayer a little bit different today. I just want us together to affirm some statements. And I'll first say them, and if it resonates with you, you're welcome to repeat after me. And together as one, we affirm that we are indeed one with God and each other. And we affirm there is only one power, one infinite source that blesses us abundantly. We recognize the highest and best is at work in our lives, and we are grateful. And we release all ideas of lack and limitation. And as this Christ light shines. We acknowledge and affirm that it shines in us and through us as grace, joy, peace, and love. And as we affirm this for ourselves, we affirm it for all people. And we see a world that works for everyone. And we say, thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
That was a trick question. See, we had good memory. I love it.
Hello. The Spirit is at work. Yes. And we're just so happy to be here today and have with us for our speaker, Charley Thweatt, who is no stranger to us at all. He's been here many times. And I'll just read a bio. And before I go into that, I just want to say my own bio for Charley is love. And, I keep the story short. There's a hat he sold here that says, "Feel the love." And as I read this and as we feed on his message today, I just want us to focus on feeling the love. And Charley Thweatt is a guest speaker many places and a musician. As a young man, he left his budding architecture career to be a full-time touring spiritual musician and speaker. He's been a favorite at Unity churches for over 40 years with his talks, concerts, and workshops. His presentations have taken him to 15 countries and 6 continents, including leading his Italian tours 19 times, and counting, I'm sure. Charley has been a musical opener for such luminaries as Wayne Dyer, Marianne Williamson, Deepak Chopra, Ram Dass, Tony Robbins, and Louise Hay. And his music has appeared on national TV and radio. You can take Charley home with you on his thumb drives and CDs. So let us please welcome Charley Thweatt. And when I told him I'd be platforming with him, he said, we're going to be jamming. Okay, so we'll be jamming today. And he'll do our opening song. And as we go through the words, the lyrics, please feel welcome to bring any small offering you have that will help our Feed the Hungry program. And this feeds over 80 children in our Pasco County and surrounding.
Did you look at the lyrics before you wrote the prayer?
No, I did not.
Because they're exactly, you said peace, grace, love, and joy, and that's the 4 verses we're going to do in this song.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Isn't that divine?
Yeah. So the words are up here. Why don't we do a verse before we start the donations? Love. So I need a screen change up here. There we go. Love finds its way within, like a long lost friend, finds its way from all around me. Love finds its way within, like a long lost friend, finds its way from all around me. As I reach into all I am, I step into the truth of who I am. I am. So please, as you wish, you can come do your donations. By the last verse, we'll eventually know this song, okay? The next one is peace. Peace finds its way within, like a long lost friend, finds its way from all around me. Peace finds its way within, like the long lost friend finds its way from all around me. As I reach into all I am, I step into the truth, I step into the truth of who I am. Next slide. Grace finds its way within, like a long lost friend finds its way from all around me. Grace finds its way within, like a long lost friend finds its way from all around me. As I reach into all I am, I step into the truth of who I am. We'll finish with joy. Joy finds its way within, like a long lost friend finds its way from all around me. Joy finds its way within, like a long lost friend finds its way from all around me. As I reach into all I am, I step into the truth of who I am. Thank you.
Hey, and thank you, Charlie. That was beautiful. It goes straight to the heart. And for anyone here for the first time or second time, if you're comfortable, we invite you to introduce yourself or acknowledge your presence. Anyone here? Don't be shy. We see you. We see you for who you truly are, and you're beautiful. And we just want to welcome you to our Unity of Port Richey. And just know that Unity practices their positive paths for true Christian living, soulful spiritual living. And wherever you are on your journey, we welcome you. We're here to uplift you, to encourage you, and we just see you being the best of who you are, the best that you were designed to be. And we thank you. And in our package, we have a small yellow card. If you're comfortable at the end of the service, if you fill that out, put that in our offertory basket, or just give it to any member of the board or any member here. We're happy to share with you through email any activities that are going on. And just know that whatever we do here is for our highest and best. And as we go forward, we just like to focus a bit on our vision, our mission, and our core values. And our mission, we can say this together and just give it that true meaning and power. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission, Through prayer, service, education, and outreach, we support transformation and heart-centered living. And our core values, we are spirit-led, learning, loving, joy-filled, and community. And our prayer chaplain for today is Renee, who will do our daily word.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Renee Dollar, and I'm one of the 7 chaplains we have. We have 7 chaplains. Isn't that great? Woohoo! So I'd like to touch base with you a little bit about our prayer box. Our prayer box is here, and we also have it in the foyer. I thought about that this morning as I was doing my prayers. I go, we talk about the prayer box, and we give out all these color code of different things, gratitude versus, prayer requests. To me, use any color you want to, just bring it in here. I think the thing about it to me, it's a tangible way that we're committing a prayer, and we know that the brothers and sisters of our chaplain group and spirit and unity, silent unity, are praying with you. So if you think about that way, we're all doing our own prayer, but what a great way to kind of regroup with everyone else. So feel free to put that in here as well. The one item I would like to say is out there is there's a prayer calls actually is what it's called, and our chaplains will call you on a monthly basis. And if you're there, we'll leave you, we'll pray with you if you would like, or just give you an affirmation. If not, we'll leave it on the voicemail. So just be aware of that. So that's an opportunity for you as well. Today we're going to talk about our daily word, which is generous. And if you could gather with me the affirmation, I give with an open heart, I am generous. So go to your heart space, if you will, and just hear these words. Keeping my heart open elevates my experience of generosity. If I give begrudgingly, fearful of not having enough for myself, I am not really truly being generous. There is joy and trust in being generous. There is joy in knowing there is no lack of level of spirit. And my generous impulses are my way of demonstrating my faith in this truth. I place my trust in the spiritual truth that as I give, I also receive. Generosity is a spiritual practice, a commitment to fully participating in the flow of life. As I give generously, I receive the richness of grace, love, and peace. I relax into the flow of synchronicity and receive unexpected blessings. Generosity is the gift I give to myself. And for 2 Corinthians chapter 2, or 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9, chapter 6, or chapter 9. If you just go to 2 Corinthians, you'll find this. The point is this: the one who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and the one who sows bountiful will also reap bountifully. And so it is.
This song is based on 2 Corinthians chapter 9. I want to I loved it, every minute of it. We're going to move into a time of meditation, and we'll use the song to do that. And the way it's going to work is we'll have the song, there'll be a place for you to sing along a few times. It'll eventually fade into silence, and we'll just be in that silence. Sometimes the energy of the song sets, it's nice to just sit with that quietly. And at the end of the silence, I'll do a little short guided meditation, okay? So let's close our eyes, find in that inner place. Maybe take a deep breath. There's a oneness in the air, and though I know it's always there, now I can feel it. I can feel it. And as I've looked within myself, there's some things I did not know well until I claimed them, until I named them, and I found a path connecting me to all I am in light. Sing with me. I found a path, and I found a path connecting me to all I am inside, to all I am inside. I found a path connecting me, and I found a path connecting me to all I am in light, to all I am in light. I found a path, and I found a path connecting me to all I am inside, to all I am inside. There's a oneness in the air, and though I know it's always there, now I can feel it. I can feel it. And as I've looked within myself, there's some things I did not know well until I claimed them, until I named them, and I found a path connecting me to all I am in light, to all I am in light. And I found a path connecting me to all I am inside, to all I am inside. I found a path, and I found a path connecting me to all I am in light, to all I am in light. I found a path, and I found a path connecting me, all I am inside, to all I am inside. There's a oneness in the I found a path connecting me to all I am in light, inside, that's really our soul's journey, isn't it? That path of self-discovery, like you're mining for gold, and you are the gold that you're discovering. I found a path connecting me to all I am. And sometimes the journey is hard, and we need to learn compassion for ourselves. Compassion. Even part of the journey is realizing we deserve compassion. Maybe we're not used to it. Being kind to ourselves. The journey of love is about us as well as about others. I found a path connecting me to all I am inside. All the love, the peace, the grace, the joy. Mining for gold. Whether you call it spirit, the spirit you are, the God within, the Christ you are. Path connecting me to all I am. And the path is not always easy, but just keep breathing, have compassion for yourself, and take one more step and another. And we do it together. That's the beauty of being in this room. We do it together. Thank you, God, for this adventure called life. It keeps us on our toes and hopefully in our hearts. And so it is, and so we are. Sail this ship to sea, Captain, sail along with me. Let the sails just be, Captain, as the wind will be. Don't pull the sails too tight. Don't you tie no sturdy knots. And if you think you can see the end, don't give it a second thought. 'Cause the winds will range and the waves they range from calm to angry storm. You can only say what you see today and not tomorrow more. Sing with me, sail this ship to sea. Sail this ship to sea, Captain, sail along with me. Let the sails just be, Captain, as the wind will be. What ports will I be in next year? And what things will I find? And do I want my heart to hear the mumblings of my mind? Will it order me up and shut me up and tie me down to shore? 'Cause my mind tries to stay organized, even though I know there's more. So sing, sail this ship. Sail this ship to sea, Captain, sail along with me. I'll let the sails just be, Captain, as the wind will be. Don't pull the sails too tight. Don't you tie no sturdy knots. And if you think you can see the end, don't give it a second thought. 'Cause the winds will change and the waves they range from calm to angry storm. You can only say what you see today and not tomorrow more. So once more, sing with me. Sail this ship. Sail this ship to sea, Captain, sail along with me. I'll let the sails just be, Captain, as the wind will be. Sail this ship to sea, Captain, sail along with me. I'll let the sails just be, Captain, and know you'll be with me. Thank you. I wrote that song when I was about 24 years old. And now I'm not 24 years old, so yeah. That's the oldest song that I ever wrote that I'm still singing in front of people. It's fun to know that it's still alive and like it. Well, still singing. I guess I had every now and then I had a good song as a kid. Huh? Okay, there we go. Okay. Well, hey, it's nice to be back, and it's a pretty full room. That's a good thing on a Sunday. Yay. Even with Mark and Laura gone. Where are they? Someone said they're out of the country.
New Zealand now.
New Zealand. Now, where else have they been?
Bali and Australia.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I've been to Australia. It's beautiful down there. So today's topic, do I have it up here? Yeah, the heart of compassion, subtitle, everyone's carrying something. Isn't that a good awareness? Everyone's carrying something. That line came to me years ago, and I thought, I've got to write a talk about that. And so this is that talk. Who's doing the graphics? These are beautiful. Who did these? Well, very nice. Karen, right? Yeah. Karen did that. Very nice. So I want to look at compassion and in three different areas. One, compassion for self, compassion for our neighbors, for others, and then compassion for humanity, the whole of our culture and our kind of group mind. I think that's important too. But first, I love opening with a joke if I can find one, so I want to actually read this so I get it right.
Corinthians.
What's that?
2 Corinthians.
Yeah, I already did that joke. Okay, my second joke of the morning. So this is a little bit about wisdom. It takes place in a mall, and the title I gave this is The Wisdom of an Older Man. So it's a shopping mall. An older man approaches an attractive young woman and says, "Excuse me, I can't seem to find my wife. Can you talk to me for a couple of minutes?" And the young woman, feeling compassion in her heart, she said, "Well, of course, sir. Do you have any idea where your wife might be?" And he says, "I have no idea, but you know, every time I talk to a pretty woman, she seems to appear out of nowhere." Love that. Okay. Years ago I wrote a song, and in the chorus there's a line, and I like, this is a kind of a good awareness, "The light inside of me is me." You know, because we often will say, "Oh, I see the light in you." Well, I mean, really, that is you. You know, it's not she has a light in her. She is a light. And so the light inside of me is me, and how to kind of bring that awareness to all our different relationships and also in relation to compassion. I found a quote from the Buddha. He said, "If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete." If your passion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. And it reminds me of Scripture where it says, love your neighbor as yourself. And we probably all noticed, oh yeah, that includes as yourself. Like, you know, love them and love yourself, so you're in that circle as well. So that compassion for self. So we've all had different experiences where we could, be more compassionate with ourselves. I had one years ago that involved the birth of my son, and he's now 36 years old, so it's been a while. But it's kind of this wound that I've carried for a while, and like, how do I hold myself in compassion around the situation that happened? So here, happily married, going through the whole pregnancy period of 9 months, lots of rubbing the belly with oil every night so it would stretch, this the whole journey. And we played the game of we don't want to know what gender it is, so it got to be a surprise at the day of the birth, old school. And we were using a midwife, and he decided we're going to do a very holistic birth with a hot tub, and we rented a hot tub, brought it to the house, had a little, portable water heater for the water, so it'd be perfect temperature. And the time has come, and the contractions have started, and we had a midwife helping and all that. And for 17 hours, it just wasn't progressing. And the midwife finally said, "I think we need to go to the hospital just to be safe." So we get to the hospital, it starts to progress. She gets on a fetal monitor and some sort of, drip and IV, and now it's moving forward, and maybe Pitocin, I think that's a thing, right? And that's great. So it was 17 hours, and then I think another 4 or 6 before the actual birth. And as it progressed, then we got into the delivery room, and so it's starting to happen. But they stick me in this gown and this mask before we were all wearing masks, and I overheat quickly. So now I'm starting to get kind of claustrophobic and too hot inside all this gear. And then they have to do an episiotomy. I don't want to get too graphic in church, but I get queasy at things like this. So suddenly I can't even breathe, and I was like, and I had to excuse myself out of the room, and I missed the birth. After all of that, 9 months, and the rubbing the belly, and the this and the that, and it's like, and I hear wah from the other room. It's like, oh my! After all that, how sad for me. And it was almost comical. A friend was there helping, and she threw me in a wheelchair, was rolling me into the room, but I can't get that back. And so so when they did hold me, I actually got to hold Jeremy first in these swaddling clothes, and like, oh my God, but can I hold myself in swaddling clothes? Can I have that compassion for who I am, missing this huge, what feels like a life mistake, because I wasn't strong enough? I've been queasy all my life at blood, so it's an issue, and that's who I am. So can I have compassion for the parts of me that maybe don't feel like I live up to what a real man is, or, the ways, failures. I know we all have little failures. Can we hold ourselves like a father holding a little child in swaddling clothes? Compassion for self. Can I let that go? And I'm better. I mean, it's not like changing my life every day, but wouldn't that have been sweet to be there at the birth of my son?
But you got a great story instead.
Instead, I got a great story from 2 Corinthians. Thank you. There's a friend of mine wrote a song, and the title almost says it all. The title of the song is "Be Gentle with Yourself." Be gentle with yourself. Sometimes it's easier to extend kindness to others than to ourselves. Sometimes it's easier to see the light in others, see that light than in ourselves. Can we hold ourselves in that same circle? Be gentle with yourself. There's a few more lines from that song. Sometimes we get the breaks, sometimes we make mistakes. Be gentle with yourself. Don't kick yourself around should you fall to the ground. I have another dear friend, Rosie Lovejoy. She wrote a lot of children's music, and there's a beautiful, simple song called "My Brothers," and it says, "My brothers, peace and joy I offer you, that I may have God's peace and joy as mine." And then the next part of the song, "Everybody makes mistakes. I have made a few mistakes myself. Won't you please accept my gifts, accept the love, the joy I offer to you now." Yeah, I live by that line. It's freeing to say, everybody makes mistakes. I've made a few myself. Why don't we say that? Ready? Everybody makes mistakes. I have made a few myself. One more time. Everybody makes mistakes. I have made a few myself. That's freeing, and that's a way to hold yourself in compassion. It's okay. It's okay. Be gentle with yourself. I had during the pandemic, my father now just turned 95. So he lives in California, I'm here, I'm East Coast, he's West Coast, and during the pandemic, it was crazy making, because how many more years do I have with him? And it was a year and a half we weren't even in the same room together. We've all had, that kind of experience, I'm sure, with different people. And it was hard. And I found myself at one point in tears. I was just like this little boy crying in the covers on the bed, just like, it was so painful. That sense of separation. One of the things he says for years is, it's just great breathing the same air together. We don't have to be doing anything. We can be watching Columbo for 3 hours, like binging on Columbo, but just to be in the same room, in each other's energy and presence. So I got so deep into those tears. Have you ever cried so much it's like it's almost delicious? It's like you're almost sauteing in it. I found it's interesting. It's like, just go there. Just go there. My wife was reading, an author said, when you're feeling an emotion, don't try and stop it. She says it's like a tunnel. Just go all the way through the tunnel. Don't get stuck in the tunnel. Just go ahead and feel it, so then you can complete it. And then maybe there's something to that, but I felt like I was also kind of, again, holding myself in compassion in those tears, like this awareness. So I'm just going to love myself by letting myself just feel this and be all of it. It's powerful. Feel it. So that's compassion for self. I want to look at compassion for others. Mark Twain had a great quote, and he says, "Kindness is the language the deaf can hear and the blind can see." Kindness is the language the deaf can hear and the blind can see. It's powerful, kindness. Kindness, compassion, it's really, in a way, those are like brother, sister. Plato said, and this is much like my title, he said, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle." Everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. There's so much we don't see under the surface. People are smiling on the outside and carrying something on the inside. I think just assume whoever you meet is going through something, even if it's not showing. And so there's already, it creates a new blanket of kindness you're almost laying over them. And let's greet each other that way. I had an experience where I needed to learn compassion for another person. I lead Italy tours regularly. I'm about to do my 20th or 21st one now, and this happened a few tours ago. I was in Venice, and we were like 10, 12 people going around seeing various parts of Italy, and we finished in Venice. And this one gal, I'm going to call her Mary. Are there any Marys in the room? Any Marys? Okay, I'm going to call her Mary because I don't want you to be sitting there thinking the whole time. So, and Mary was always 10 minutes late to everything. So we'd say we're meeting in the lobby at 10 a.m. to go to the museum, and we'd always sitting there, and where's Mary? Where's Mary? She'd saunter in 12 minutes late, and this happened time after time. We're kind of getting tired of it, and then her roommate, after 3 nights, I can't take Mary, so someone else, she had to switch. Someone was kind enough to take Mary's, share that room. And so this was the energy throughout, the 11 or 12 days. And finally, we finished in Venice. Everyone's saying goodbye in different directions. I and 3 other people are going to the train station to usher one couple off to Milan. I'm going to help Mary buy some train tickets. So here we are, and we said, well, let's say goodbye to the couple, and we get on the train, we're hugging them goodbye, and it's about 2 minutes before the train takes off, so Mary, come on, let's get off the train before it heads out the station. And she said, well, I'll just be another minute, just so I get off, I'm waiting on the platform. A minute passes, I stick my hand, Mary, you really need to get off the train, it's about to take off. No, I'll be there, look, I'm almost there. And I wait another minute, the doors close, and the train heads out the station with Mary on board. So again, Mary just can't seem to, she thinks that the world revolves around her. And I get a text from the guy, who's our friend on the train. He says, well, Mary's still on the train, but she talked to the conductor, and she can get off in about 15 minutes and then come back. And so would you mind waiting so you can help her with her train? Sure, fine, I'll wait. So, I had to laugh. It's just like, here where everybody makes mistakes. I've made a few mistakes myself. Let's repeat that. Everybody makes mistakes. I have made a few mistakes myself. So just got to laugh and love her, and it was fine. We all had a good laugh. And in a way, it's almost like nice and humbling for her to maybe take her down a notch. But everybody makes mistakes. I had a friend not long ago. He said, you have 2 choices. We can live in condemnation, or we can live in compassion. We can live in condemnation or compassion. It's the same choice, love or fear. What's your choice? It's always that fork in the road. So as things come up, Course in Miracles says the cost of giving is receiving. Whatever energy you're putting out, that's what you're living in. What energy do you want to live in? Condemnation or compassion? And there's another quote from the Course. I think it says something like, everything I give is given to myself. So there's a oneness in the air. Whatever you're giving, it's just going into the oneness that we're all connected to. So you really want to give that to yourself? Everything I give is given to myself. I had one more incident. I used to live in Connecticut, and across the street there was a couple, Barbara and, what was his name? I've already forgotten. Anyway, we'll call him Mary. And I got a call from Barbara. My husband he had had a stroke 2 years earlier. He was kind of living in a wheelchair, and he had fallen out of the wheelchair. Quick call, can you come over and help me lift him back up? Sure. And I went over and helped, and it wasn't about pity. Compassion is not pity. It's just bringing love to a situation, wanting someone to be their pain alleviated. So I just lifted him, saw the light in him. The light, the light inside of me is me, seeing that in him, just lifting him. And so it's not about pity. Compassion is just holding people in love and wanting their pain to be relieved. Okay, I want to look at compassion for humanity. And I came across a great story. This is about an elementary school math class, and this little incident that happened. And so I'll just read this real briefly. A teacher friend of mine was teaching math to a class of 6-year-olds. Many of these kids were refugees who had recently arrived from other countries. The math topic was fractions. My friend defined what 1/2 and 1/4 were, and then she asked the children to write down whether they would prefer 1/2 of a chocolate bar or 1/4 of a chocolate bar. As she walked around the room, she noticed that some of the new students wrote that they would prefer 1/4 of a chocolate bar. My friend thought she was going to have to reteach the lesson because they didn't appear to understand that 1/2 was bigger than 1/4. She asked the students why they would prefer 1/4 of a chocolate bar, and one little girl replied, so that more people could have a piece of chocolate. Natural compassion, and on the scale of humanity for others in the bigger picture. It's not beautiful, a great example. You know, another kind of big picture compassion we can have is, this world of politics. I hate to bring up politics in church, but can we be compassionate for other points of view? Can we be forgiving? Can we be kind? Not everyone is on the same page. We all have different ways of looking at it, but here's a question: what action supports our unity? We're here in Unity Church, and we want a sense of unity. We are unified with everyone. It doesn't feel like it, and there are certainly diverse points of view. But in the big picture, we are one. There's a oneness in the air, and I know it's always there. Can we live from that, even when it's tempting to get into angst and fighting? What supports our unity? Like the peace song, peace begins with me, let it begin with me. It's not, I'll do it when the other people do it. Does it say that in the peace song? Let there be peace on earth. I'm going to wait till the other people do it first. Thomas Merton said, compassion is the keen awareness of the interdependence of all things. It's like the kids with the chocolate, isn't it? They were aware that what I do affects others. It can increase the bounty of others. The Dalai Lama, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. I'll read that again. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. It's not just about nice thoughts in church on Sunday. It's like, how can we bring that into our daily lives and kind of like bring the temperature down on some of these things? I want to end with just looking at what I think is the ultimate expression of compassion. And it's about a man who was being beaten and killed, and beaten and whipped and eventually killed. And even when this was happening to him, what his response was, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. Talk about compassion. He saw everybody makes mistakes. They're making a few mistakes right now, but there's a bigger picture. Can I even have compassion in that kind of setting? Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. Kindness is a language the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Be kind, for everyone is fighting a harder battle. Everyone is carrying something. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. Didn't I tell you that you just got to feel the love? And, we really appreciate that. A phrase comes to mind, something was happening at work, and another colleague, she said, are you on the struggle bus? And, we're all on that bus. We're all going through something. So just thank you, Charlie. Be compassionate to yourself, others, and the world. Thank you so much. And the compassion and the love goes on after service. Charlie will be doing a magical musical meditation today, and I encourage you, although it mentions a $15 donation or love offering, no one will be turned away. And just the energy of us all being together, it just brings out that beautiful music that Charley creates for us, and we just want to be there. It's like sitting in our living room after church. Grab some coffee, some cookies, and, if you can, just be here and hug each other. All right, swaddling clothes. Thank you, Charley. And we want to recognize one of our silent volunteers. She works very hard for us and just helps to pull this community together. And we want to recognize Renee Dollar today. All right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. There you go. Thank you, Renee. Right, and we have Kimberly coming back with us for Kirtan. So Wednesday, January 29th at 7 p.m., be here. And for those of us who have ever experienced the Kirtan chanting with Kimberly, we know just how deep and powerful that could be. And I hope it won't be too cold, but bundle up and come on out. And we've got our own Sarah, who is doing her meditation and healing circle on Thursday mornings at 10:30. And for those who don't know Sarah, she's in the back there, and that can be truly meaningful and spiritual for us all. And our own Karen, not singer. On February 2nd, we'll do our service. Will be our speaker at 10:30 a.m. And the topic of our talk will be trust and heart-centered living. And that's what we try to encourage here. As we say, unity, it's a really practical path for spiritual living. And we are still seeking volunteers. And whatever you're led to do, whatever your heart leads you to do, there's always a place for you here. We have a list out in the lobby, and just nothing is too small. And one of the big things we do after service is to serve, just have a community. We offer refreshments. And if you put your name on that list, we encourage you. You don't need to go out and cook a great big meal, a 2-course, 3-course. We just want to be able to be together. A cup of coffee, a little snack to go with it, some cookies. If you're not good at baking, don't worry about it. Grab something. Somewhere, Publix, anywhere, sell something. You don't have to be a big spread. The point of it is to just hold that space with each other and to connect after we're done with service, and just know we appreciate anything you do. And we now have our Unity book and gift shop. It's growing. And it's just small tokens that have some spiritual meaning. It may be a little rock with a word on it. You can put it in your pocket and you feel it and know that it's there for you. And whatever financial benefits we get from that, it all goes back into doing the work that we do here.
And there's a little, we're trying to name it.
Oh, okay, we're trying to name it. There's a
Red bag that you can put in. There's a red bag. If you have a creative name, because it's going to be ours. So be part of it. Put your name with what you'd like to name this.
Okay, there you go. And we are now looking for new members on our board of directors. So whichever way you're called to serve, just go to your heart. We'll be starting applications, and these are being accepted now at our next annual meeting and elections in February. Is that end of February? Okay, and last Sunday. Okay, you don't have to have a degree, an MBA, or anything like that. So don't think I can't do this. You just have the heart for it. And at this point, I may pass on to Karen. I think will be more dynamic at this one than I am. She's very involved in the Super Soul Saturday.
Yes, well, we had our 60th anniversary celebration about 6 months ago, and that was so successful. I think, we had a day of wellness, meditation, food, drum circle, all of that, and shamanic journey meditation. And so anyway, we thought, well, you know what? That is who we've come here to be. We are a spiritual center. I mean, that's part of our name, Unity Spiritual Center. And so we decided that we would like to try this again. And so anyway, and we're building on it. We've got Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer. They're going to be here giving a concert. Shannon is she is a shamanic person, practitioner, and so she'll be doing the shamanic journey. We've also got Sally Ann Dalton and several of her friends from Jane that are going to be doing the drum circle. So please mark your calendar, plan on spending the day. It's a $20 love donation for the whole day. We're planning on to go with the theme of Super Soul, Super Bowl. We're going to have, and anyway, we're going to have build your own bowl for lunch, a healthy lunch. So please plan on spending the day with us, or just a little bit. Come here for lunch. It's going to be a wonderful day. And we're going to have our last planning for that this next Sunday after service. And so, if you want to help out, just bringing a little something for the bowls, to build the bowl, however many hands we can gather together to help putting on that. Because last time we had like over 100 people throughout the day coming through. And so it's really, it's an opportunity for us to show who we are and show our hearts and show our energy. So please plan on being here.
What are the hours of it?
Oh. I know, yeah. No, it is, we do have flyers out in the front. I thank you for reminding me. But it goes from 10 until 5. Or 10 until whenever, because sometimes when Sally Ann gets going with the drums, the drum circle keeps going for a while. So thank you. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Karen. All right, so now this is a time we prepare our gifts, and just know that we appreciate any talents, any time, and any treasures that you give to our community here. And we'll have our ushers come forward. We all want to be ushers. All right, and we'll say our affirmation together. I give thanks for all my blessings. I share my gifts freely, and I receive gratefully. I am in the flow of abundant light. Okay, and our accompanying song, or after a song, I thank you.
Sing on this chorus as soon as you get it. You should sing, I thank you for the love you give to me, and I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. Though we seem to be so many, we are really only one. In this knowledge comes our healing. It's a song that must be sung. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. One more time. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you. Let me, if I could do a quick announcement, I want to go ahead and bless. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. And we're just so grateful. And as the song says, I thank you. We thank you. We thank you, church. We thank you, members. We thank you, friends. We thank you, family. And above all, we thank you, sweet, gentle Spirit, for everything with which we have been blessed. And we see these offerings going forward to do the work that we are here to do and to ensure that this is a better world for all. And we say, thank you, God. Amen.
Thank you, God. So I just want to again reiterate, and you have a seat if you like, that this is the first time I bring in this magical musical meditation to you. And usually I do a concert for an hour and a half. This is a little bit different, just an hour, and it's an inner journey. It's where we'll just, our eyes will be closed. There'll be a little simple sing-along chant. It might be a little 7-word chant. We just keep repeating. It'll start soft, rise up big, go down soft, and fade into silence. And then we'll just be in the silence, kind of like we did today's meditation. Then another song starts up, easy to sing. Be in that thought, be in that vibe, and then fades to silence, eyes closed. So at the beginning, I often say, well, I'll see you in about 45 minutes, once we get going. So please consider coming to that. I think we're doing it from 12 to 1. Am I remembering correctly? Yeah. So we have time for coffee and chatting. Also, just a reminder, I have music out there. If you'd like to take my music home, I have thumb drives, all 18 albums for $30, or pick up a CD. Also, my wife has a healthy chocolate book, $10. It's gluten-free, vegan, secrets that'll rock, recipe secrets that'll rock your world, is what it says. And I got to be the guinea pig on these, amazing. So if you're into healthy chocolate, such a deal. And lastly, I've got some Italy things coming up if you'd like to go to Italy with me. And I bring my guitar, we sing here and there too. And so you'll see a flyer out there. Feel free to pick it up or put your name on my email list if you want to hear about the one in the fall. And that's my infomercial. Thank you. So hope to see you at the meditation.
We'll have our peace song. And again, we say thank you, Charlie. Thank you for being with us today.
Join us now for Unity's prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us